change in the two steps. The first two steps of this Gauss-Jordan methods are same. These two methods, they change the system of equations into the form of x is equals to b and form the augmented coefficient matrix by including the columns, as an extra column in the matrix B and matrix A. So these two steps of the Gauss-Jordan method and elimination method are same. But the step number third in this is that we change the augmented coefficient matrix into the reduced echelon form. Not simply in echelon form, but we change the matrix into the reduced echelon form by using the elementary row operations. That is the first change. The other change is that find the x attaching the fourth column or the column back to its original position using the right hand side of the matrix A equals to B. Now remember that we shall see in the examples, and in the fourth column, when you detach back the column vector B into the position x is equals to B, then we do not have to use backward substitution. Can we discuss in the last class? Now here we have to solve this using the Gauss-Jordan method. This is the same system of equations. So now from the system we shall write, you find out the values of A, X and B from matrix notation form x is equals to B. So from here you will obtain matrix A is equals to 1, 5, 2, 1, 5, 7, 0, minus 3, 4. How? You see that the coefficients of x1, x2, x3 in the first equation, which are 1, 5 and 2, and these are the elements of the first row 1, 5, 2. Similarly, the coefficients of the x1, x2, x3 from the second equation is 1, 1 and 7, and these are the elements in the second row of the matrix A 1, 1, 7. And similarly, the coefficients of x1, x2, x3 are 0 because x1 is not present, so therefore we put 0, minus 3 and 4, and these are the elements in the third row of the matrix A. So now we have in matrix A third 3 rows and 3 columns. Now here x is the vector unknown vector which consists of the unknown variables or unknowns x1, x2, x3 that we have to find. These are the values of the x1, x2, x3 will be solution, and the vector B having the element which are the constant on the right side of the each of the equation. So in first equation we have 9, and this is the first element of the matrix B. Similarly, in second equation we have 6 on the right side, and that is the second element. And similarly, minus 2 is the third element of the vector B. Now second step, once you know the what is matrix A and what is matrix B, now we can combine them to form the augmented coefficient matrix A subscript B. So we denote this augmented coefficient matrix A subscript B. First we write 3 columns of the matrix A here, and then we add the last column, that is the column vector B 9, 6, minus 2, which are 9, 6, minus 2. Now this becomes our augmented coefficient matrix. Then the third step, now in the Jordan method, we shall change or transform the augmented coefficient matrix into reduced echelon form. So we convert this augmented coefficient matrix into reduced echelon form using elementary row operations. And from there, the definition of the reduced echelon form says the first non-zero number in each row is 1, that is called pivot 1, and below that all below and above all the elements are other 0. So we see in first row we have 1, and below that we should have zeros. So we create 0 in the second row, second row, first column here, and for this we will apply the operation R2 minus 1 R1. So R2 minus R1, this will be 1 minus 1 will create 0 in second row. So here we have this resultant matrix obtained from this applying this operation, and the elements are 1, 5, 2, 9, 0, minus 4, 5, minus 3, and 0, minus 3, 4, and minus 2. Now next step is to create 1 as the first non-zero element in the second row. So it should have 1 here, but we see that we can create 1 here. First, by subtracting -3, you will create -1 here, and then we can multiply by -1 to create 1 here, and then again you add the result, add a multiple of these second row to the third row to create 0 here. So there will be 3 operations. So decreasing the number of operation, what we do, we first create the 1 in the third row, and then we rearrange the rows. So both of these, whatever you want to write, that is up to you. So now here I choose the operation which is R3 minus 1 R2. This will create 1 in the third row. So now this will create 1 in the third row, that is here. And after applying this operation to the elements of the matrix, we obtain this matrix. Now we have 1 here, we can rearrange this, or we can first create 0 and then rearrange this. So let us create 0 in second row -4, change this -4 to 0 by applying the operation R2 plus 4 R3, R2 plus 4 R3. So after this we obtain this matrix. Now here we have created 0. So now here we have created 0 in second row. Now we can interchange the rows to get our first non-zero element as 1 in the second row. So now we apply the R2, 3, interchanging of 2 rows. So after that we have this result. The resultant metric is 1, 5, 2, 9, 0, 1, -1, 1, and 0, 0, 1, 5. Now what we need here, we have to create 0 above this 1. For reduced echelon form, we need 0 over here where we have 5 in second and first row. So now to create 0 in first row, second column, we apply the operation R1 plus -5 times R2. So when you apply this operation, you will get 0 here. Now hence we obtain the 2 columns in the form of echelon matrix. Now we need last column to create in the form of echelon matrix. So we see that in the third row we have already 1. First non-zero number, and the third row that is already 1. Now next step is to create 0 above these two, above this 1 in these two elements, 7 and -1. And these are the numbers present in the first row and the second row. So we use the third element or third row to create 0 in the first and second row. So hence you apply the operation R1 -7 R3 and then R2 plus R3. When you apply these operations, you will get this matrix. And this matrix is your reduced echelon matrix. Because first row, first non-zero number is 1, below all the other numbers are 0. Second row, the first non-zero number is 1, and all the other elements in that columns are 0. And in the third row, the non-zero element is 1. All the other elements in that columns are 0. But this is the echelon form. So now first step is to detach back from this matrix. We detach back to the matrix form AX is equals to B. Detach back the last column -3 to 1. So now here we write in this way X is equals to B. So our A will be now the first 3 columns, which is here. Looks like the identity matrix. And then the X is the column of the unknowns X1, X2, X3. And B now we have -3 to 1. -3 to 1. Now multiply the left side of 2 matrices. You will get 3 equations, and simplify, you will get the values directly. So let us see this. Multiply the first row with the column of the unknowns. So this will be x1 plus x2, 0x2 plus 0x3. So you will get x1 is equals to -3. So x1 is equals to -3. Similarly, multiply 0, 1, 0 second row to the column of the unknown. So you will get 0, x1 plus 1, x2 plus 0, x3. So you will get result in the x2 is equals to 2. And similarly, when you multiply the last row to this column of the unknown, you will get 0x1 plus 0x2 plus 1x3. So finally you will have x3 equals to 1. So this is called forward substitution. Instead of the backward, we are directly obtaining the results after multiplying the left side and equating them. This is called forward substitution. So this is, we have required solution of the given system of linear equations in which x1 is equals to -3, x2 is equals to 2, and x3 is equals to 1.